Hello and welcome to the channel, and I know what you're thinking. Not another, how do I change my oil on the Tenere 700? Well, I have to change oil anyway, so I figured I might as well run the camera, and while I'm at it, I'll tell you that Miles Past Pavement has launched a coffee shop online. So I know adventure riders like coffee. I like coffee. I love coffee. I decided I love motorcycles. I love coffee. Let's go launch a coffee shop. So if you are a coffee lover, go to www.milespastpavement.com and order your favorite roast. There's all kinds of flavored roasts. There's small batches. There's some standard stuff. There's also a bunch of merchandise that you can buy there, including t-shirts, hats, mugs, stuff like that. Anyway, let's get cracking on this thing and change oil. So first things first, we'll have to remove this AXP skid plate. To do that, I need a 10 millimeter, and yes, I found it, and I need a 4 millimeter Allen, and that takes care of all the bolts, and we can drop this skid plate. All right, 6 bolts later, and the skid plate is off. It literally dropped. So to drain the oil, we need to pull this bolt right here. That's a 17 millimeter, and this is the oil filter. We'll pull that since we're replacing both today. It's actually pretty tight, I have to say. And if you're wondering if I heated up the engine, I did not. And that's by design. When you heat up the engine, you're moving all the oil around, and that's great, right? If you're really trying to get all of the oil out. But part of the issue is you're also stirring up any metal particles that might be floating around at this time. And I would rather I drain the oil while all this stuff sits at the very bottom of the sump, and we get to flush it out that way. Now I know some of you are going to give me some flack for draining the oil cold, but that's just the way I do it. You don't have to do it that way. But on all our race bikes, on all the motocross bikes, I've stuck with this because of the opportunity to flush out any metal that might be sitting at the bottom of the oil pan. So that's how I've been doing it. Anyway, onto the oil filter. This one, you don't need an oil filter wrench. You use a 17. It has a little fitting here. Crack that loose. Shouldn't be too tight, and pop it off and drain that. There we go. That one's for the trash. All right, so we'll clean this up a little bit with a rag once you have it clean enough. I use these high flow filters. I've had good luck with them. I use them on my BMW, I use them on this bike. They come with a little film on top. Before you screw it on, you want to put a little bit of oil on the seal. And you want to fill it up with oil as well. So you put a little oil in here in the filter. We'll just start screwing it on without leaking out too much. You don't have to overfill it. And you also don't have to over tighten this. This is a little past hand tight is where you want this. That's about it. Next we'll put the oil drain plug back in. Oh, pretty easy right here. Remember, this is the 17 right here. Snug that up pretty good. I did not replace the crush washer that's on it because it's really essentially new. But you can, and they're cheap enough to replace. So we'll clean this up a little bit, wipe off the excess oil that we're dealing with here, and then we're ready to put the skid plate back on, dump some oil in it, and the oil change is complete. That's it, really. So tools, I needed a 17 spanner for the oil filter. I needed a 4 millimeter Allen for the 4 bolts on the skid plate, the rear 4 bolts on that AXP plate. I used a 17 socket for the drain bolt, and a 10 millimeter, found one, 10 millimeter for the 2 front bolts of the skid plate. That's it. The only other thing you need is an oil filter. Like I said, I use the high flow, and oil. And here we go. Old people. I'm empty. I have to get some more oil. This is what I use. Let's start an oil debate. Why don't we? And I've been running this in everything motorcycle related, including my dirt bikes, my adventure bikes, everything. It's the Mobil 1 European car formula 0 to 40. And the most important part is this symbol on the back. There are no friction modifiers in this, and it's been flawless. Only other thing you need is a towel for all the sweat, especially when you live in Florida. Really, all that's left to do now is run to the auto parts store, get some oil, fill it up with oil, run it for a little bit, let it sit, let the oil drain to the bottom, check the levels, and call it good. Then we'll go in here and we'll change our air filter. That's next. First up, we have to remove the seat. I'm using a Seat Concept seat, my favorite seat of all time. Easy removal. All you need is the key, the ignition key, turn it, and pop that baby up and off. There's no two pieces or anything like that. It's super simple. And now we have access to the air box, and as you can see, I drilled it out a little bit to get a little more airflow, and I'm running a foam filter in there, but I will change all that. I will continue to run a foam filter and a pre-filter and a different lid that holds all this stuff down. You'll see. So let's pop off this lid. It's just 4 Phillips screws. There we go. Filter cover. And the foam filter that I'm currently running. This is a Tusk filter, and if you look at it, it is not even bad inside, and the side that matters is squeaky clean. Time to do surgery. Here we go. Tusk, my favorite Rocky Mountain brand that I'm not affiliated with at all. Here's a brand new, with gloves, brand new Tusk air filter that I will oil up. I'm using this stuff, Maxima FFT. The only downside with this FFT oil is that it's blue, and so is this filter. So it's really hard to know if you've covered it all. I start with the inside, obviously, because that's where the air goes in, but I also oil the outside of the filter to make sure there's just nothing that can get by this filter except for clean, tasty air. All right, this thing has a front. It's important that you line it up correctly, I think. So pop this in here, seat it properly around these mounting studs. Next up, we'll add this thing, this pre-filter, and we'll use this Boost filter cover for the top. This comes from Spain. I ordered this a while ago. It looks like a 3D printed little setup. Pretty smooth. Looks pretty good. And you will also notice that I am not running this filter with any kind of oil on it. Tighten them hand tight. You don't need to kill it. These things aren't going to go anywhere. And with the pre-filter now, I don't think I'll ever have to change oil. I mean, filters on this again. So if you're doing long rides, these are easy to stick in your pocket or in your bag or whatever. And I think if you really hit a dusty spell, you just swap this thing out. Your filter below it is probably in perfect shape. All right, that's it. Everything's buttoned up. We changed the oil filter. We changed the air filter. We added a pre-filter. All we have to do now is top the bike off with oil, and that's it, and go ride. Thanks for watching. You know what to do. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the trail. Do you like sweat stains? I like sweat stains. Get you some.